But let's move on now. The Electoral Commission has set October 1 as date for submitting the final voter register to political parties which will be participating in the November 7 polls. The Commission also intends to print registers for early voting on September 24. With about 8 months to the general elections, the Electoral Commission has released a timetable on various activities in the run-up to the November 7 polls. Recruitment of registration supervisors and technicians has already started, including training of key officials of the Commission. The deadline for transfer of votes and proxies will be on September 8. The Electoral Commission will submit the final voter register to participating political parties on October 1. 500 copies of presidential and parliamentary notices of poll for every constituency would be printed and distributed on September 10. September 24 will witness the printing of registers for early voting day. On November 5th, the Electoral Commission would address the nation. These activities and many others would precede the election on November 7. Right, so the Electoral Commission, like I said, has set October 1 as a date for submitting the final voter register to political parties which will be participating in the November polls. The Commission also intends to print registers for early voting on September 24, and you will know that it's about 8 months to the general elections, and the Commission has released a timetable on various activities in the run-up to the November 7 polls. Recruitment of registration supervisors and technicians has already started, including training of key officials of the Commission. Deadline for transfer of votes and proxies would be on September 8, and the Electoral Commission will submit the final voter register to participating parties on October 1. 500 copies of presidential and parliamentary notices of poll for every constituency will be printed and distributed on September 10. September 24 will witness the printing of registers for early voting, and in November 5th, the Electoral Commission would release and will address the nation. These activities and many others will precede the election on November 7.